Hello everyone, Nadezhda here, and in today's lesson we are going to learn how to create the custom pattern in Revit using the pyRevit tool. In the description below I will post the link to downloading the pyRevit tool, so let's begin. First I'm going to use the detail line to actually draft the pattern I need. And first I'm just going to create one tile, and let's say it's 600 by 600 millimeters tile, and we simply create the tiles of these sizes. And now we should draw a pattern in it. I'm just going to create one X like this, so I have the easier time drafting everything, and later on I will delete it. I take the circle tool and just draft some middle circle. Of course, I'm just drafting the random floral patterns because I love floral tiles, but you can draft anything you like here. And now I will take this arc tool and I will draw something like this. I will also add the part that looks like this. And now I will select these arcs and I will use the rotate tool, and I will make sure that copy option is selected so I can copy these elements while rotating them. So first I will rotate by 90, and then I will do the same for this one side and for this one. And I will simply delete this X because I no longer need it. And now we have our tile. But another thing that we don't actually need are these lines, because whenever you are drafting patterns, you have to think in terms of, will this be copying well? For example, once we copy this part, we take the line and then copy it here. As you can see, these lines will generate, so we no longer need them. So that's why I have hidden them, because this actually creates the pattern that is always going to have the line boundary. So these two are actually enough, so I have hidden the left and top line. Now I will select this pattern and I go to the pyRevit and I go to the Make Pattern tool. I click it and I will just insert the name of my pattern. Let's say, for example, floral tiles pattern. It's important to choose whether I want it to be model or detail pattern. Model patterns can move and you can select each of the lines in the model patterns and then move the tiles. And that is actually useful if you are doing some facades, if you're doing some interior project, you do want to be able to move your pattern. So in this case, I'm going to choose the model pattern so I have that flexibility. You can also select this if you want to additionally create the field region as well. In the scale multiplier, you can change the scale. If you haven't drafted this pattern in the appropriate scale, you can always change the scale multiplier, but since I have actually drafted these tiles in the 600 by 600 millimeter size, I can leave them at 1. If you want to export the path file for some other software, you can click here in the export path file, but I just need to create the pattern for Revit, so I'm going to click create pattern. And now on the top orange ribbon, we see that we have to pick origin point. It says bottom left corner, so I find the bottom left corner and I click it. And now it says pick top right corner, so I pick the top right corner. I make sure that I was very precise when picking, because if you don't pick the good point, you can move your pattern a little bit. Here I get the notification that I have created the pattern. And now let's test if our pattern is good. I can just reset the temporary height, and I'm just going to draft one wall. I just use any wall family that I have. I go to 3D and I'm going to go to edit type, and I go to edit again, and in material I'm just going to create one new material that I'm going to call the floral tile. I click on the surface pattern, I choose the model patterns, and I will find this one that I have just created. I click OK once again, and click OK. and this is what it looks like. It's actually quite nice. And as you can see, the tiling is perfect, and as you change this wall, as you extend it, the patterns change as well. Since we have created this pattern as the model pattern, once we create the section, we can actually select each of these lines by clicking Tab on our keyboard and then clicking Move tool. And once we click Move and find the spot from where we want to move our pattern, we can actually set it up to begin from wherever we want it to begin. As you can see, we have a lot of flexibility with this pattern and it looks quite good. So this is it for today's lesson. If you liked this lesson, like and subscribe, it means a lot to me. And if you had any questions, post in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next lesson. Bye! If you want to learn Revit like a pro, take a look at my architectural course through the link below. You will learn how to develop the project from concept to final design using Autodesk Revit. It is ideal for beginners, but valuable for anyone looking to build a solid foundation. By the end, you'll know how to take a design from concept to detailed documentation with confidence and clarity. You will gain a solid Revit workflow you can actually use independently or in work in larger teams in architectural studios. With almost 100 structured video lessons, it is designed to help beginners master Revit step by step. To support your progress, I've included assignments with each lesson, plus the opportunity to ask questions and receive guidance directly from me whenever you need it. This way, you're not just watching tutorials, you're actively learning, practicing, and improving every step of the way. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.